Hello everyone, welcome back to the Top 10 Most Awesome channel. Since we first appeared on Earth, we've created some awesome stuff. We went from scavenging bone marrow to building bridges. That's why they say there's nothing new under the sun, but who knows what's next. Let's take a look at some of the most important events that made us go, what? Make sure to watch the video until the end so that you know the most interesting event on this list. Number 10. Or maybe it should be Kaminsky list. When Adolfo Kaminsky was just 18, he saved thousands of French Jewish children from Nazis in occupied Paris. As a member of a Jewish resistance cell, Kaminsky made false documents to get people into hiding or out of the country. Not only did he save thousands from the Holocaust, he also continued to spend his life forging passports so that people around the world could escape whatever atrocity they were caught in. On the next page, there are two more World War II heroes you've got to read about, plus an extraordinary guardian angel on the battlefield. Number 9, Operation Little Vittles, the sweetest mission during the Berlin blockade. Colonel Gail Halvorsen, aka the Berlin Candy Bomber or Uncle Wiggly Wings, he was a pilot during the Berlin airlift. During the one stop in Berlin, he came across 30 German children who had nothing but told him that he should keep flying because they wanted their freedom. He gave them 2 sticks of gum, which they promptly divided amongst themselves, even retaining the wrapper so they could sniff it. Touched, he told them to watch for the plane wiggling its wings. Meanwhile, he got his crew's ration of chocolate, cut it up, and tied it to a handkerchief parachute. When he was next approaching Berlin, he wiggled his wings and threw the parachutes out of the window. This began without official approval. When General Tuner, the commander of the airlift, heard of the operation, he made it formal. Soon, candy makers from the US began shipping tons of candy pre-tied with handkerchief parachutes for the German children, and nearly every pilot in the airlift participated. Number 8. At one point, the makers of Pepsi had the 6th largest military in the world. The vice president of PepsiCo attended an American exhibition in Moscow in 1959 as part of an effort to convince the Soviet Union of the benefits of capitalism. Apparently, Pepsi was a big hit, but there was a problem. Soviet money wasn't generally accepted worldwide. So the USSR bought billions of dollars worth of Pepsi by trading submarines, military ships, and a lot of vodka for the soda. For that brief time, PepsiCo had the 6th largest military in the world until it sold all of the ships and submarines for scrap recycling. How do you like our picks till now? Do let us know in the comment box below. Also, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also, hit the notification bell to never miss out on anything. Number 7, Kudalun, a descendant of Genghis Khan, refused to marry unless his suitor could beat her in a wrestling match. Nobody ever defeated her. Each time a suitor wanted to challenge Kudalun, she required them to wager some of their horses in case she was the winner. It's said that she had thousands of horses, possibly even up to 10,000, as a result of her many victories. A version of Cthulhu, played by Claudia Kim, pictured above, appears as a character in Netflix's Marco Polo, as the explorer met and wrote about Cthulhu in his travels. Number 6. Greece and Turkey bonded over earthquakes. In 1999, Greece and Turkey both experienced successive earthquakes and sent aid to each other. The two nations had a very long history of hostility towards each other for hundreds of years, and this helped significantly improve relations. Globiest Rob, did any of these stories surprise you? Warm your heart even just a little? Share this story with a fellow history buff, or maybe just to help someone smile today. Number 5. The Polish army had a bear corporal. En route to Tehran in 1942, a group of Polish soldiers bought a Syrian brown bear cub whose mother had been killed. They proceeded to raise the bear, first in a camp with Polish refugees, and then with the 22nd Artillery Supply Company in the Polish army. Soldiers named the bear Rajtek. He integrated quite well into the company, enjoying beer, eating cigarettes, and playfully wrestling with soldiers. They also taught him to salute. When his company had to get him out of Egypt aboard a British ship, they drafted him into the army so that his passage could not be refused. And later, during the Battle of Monte Cassino, Woztek lived to his new position by carrying 100-pound crates of artillery shells and didn't drop a single one. Subsequently, a bear carrying an artillery shell became the official emblem of the 22nd Company. Next up, we all know dogs are humankind's best friends, but a group of Alaskan Huskies did something truly mind-blowing. Number 4. Ernest Hemingway's younger brother started his own company on a raft in international waters near Jamaica and named it New Atlantis. Leicester Hemingway sailed a barge made mostly out of bamboo, roughly 8 feet by 30 feet, out to sea and declared it a micronation that was half independent and half part of the United States. Hemingway referenced an obscure law, the Guano Islands Act of 1856. To do this, the law stated that U.S. citizens could claim ownership under the United States of unclaimed islands that had guano deposits. It's unclear whether Hemingway involved any actual guano, bird, or bat droppings in the process. He even typed up a constitution, which was just a copy of the U.S. Constitution, with any occurrences of United States replaced with New Atlantis. The plan was to use the publicity of the act to raise money and have the raft serve as an oceanographic research facility, but unfortunately, a tropical storm destroyed New Atlantis in 1966, 2 years after it was created. Number 3. The Dangerous Cheese Festival. The Cheese Rolling Festival is a contest held in Gloucester, England. It has been around for over 600 years and is usually held on the spring bank holiday at Cooper's Hill in Gloucester. Originally, the festival was done with bundles of burning brushwood. This was a representation of the birth of a new year. During the festival, biscuits and sweets are usually scattered at the top of the hill by the master of the ceremony. The cheese rolling event basically involves a bunch of people, both male and female, running towards a cheese rolling 200 yards down Cooper's Hill. From the photograph above, you can imagine how dangerous it is, especially as the surface of the hill is uneven. As the participants chase down the rolling cheese, they tumble and somersault, acquiring several injuries, yet they don't seem to mind as the game continues until someone gets a hold of the cheese. So dangerous, right? Number 2. A woman named Violet Jessop survived not only the sinking of the Titanic, but also the destruction of both of the Titanic's sister ships. Jessop was a stewardess aboard the RMS Olympic, one of the Titanic's sister ships, when it collided with another ship in September of 1911. The Olympic was damaged but made it back to port with no casualties. Less than 6 months later, Jessop was aboard the Titanic, again as a stewardess, when it sank. After that, Jessop became a stewardess for the British Red Cross and served aboard the HMS Britannic during World War I. This was an unexplained explosion, thought to be a deep-sea mine, causing the boat to sink quickly. Jessop had to jump out of the lifeboat she was in order to avoid being sucked under the ship's propellers, and suffered a head injury in the process. Despite all this, she returned to work for the same shipping company, White Star, about 4 years later. Finally comes the most interesting one. Number 1. Soccer might be the secret to world peace. The Côte d'Ivoire's 2006 civil war ended in a ceasefire so they could all watch the World Cup. Basically, although the country was in a civil war at the time, their soccer team was still made up of people from across the country. After they beat Sudan to qualify for the World Cup, the team got on their knees together on TV and asked everyone to stop fighting and hold elections. The fighting stopped only a few days after that, and the country currently has a functioning government with free elections. That's it for today, guys. Hope you all loved the video. To check out more such videos, go to our playlist. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.